next big thing. I'm gonna spread my wings. You're gonna hear me say, 'cause I'm the next big thing. Yeah, I'm the next big thing. I'm gonna spread my wings. You're gonna hear me say, 'cause I'm the next big thing. Yeah, I'm the next big thing. Wanna see my face on the silver screen? I'll be coast to coast and everything between. Oh, I got a swagger step and a Midas touch. Yes, I do know the way I move is enough to make your heartbeat rush. Everybody's got eyes on me. Stay fresher than a limousine. So you better make way for me. It's my destiny. 'Cause I'm the next big thing. I'm gonna spread my wings. You're gonna hear me say, 'cause I'm the next big thing. Yeah, I'm the next big thing. I'm gonna spread my wings. You're gonna hear me say, 'cause I'm the next big thing. Yeah, I'm the next big thing. Everybody's got eyes on me. I see fresher than a limousine. So you better make way for me. It's my destiny. 'Cause I'm the next big thing. I'm the next big thing. Spread my wings. You're gonna hear me say, 'cause I'm the next big thing. I'm the next big thing. I'm gonna spread my wings. You're gonna hear me say, 'cause I'm the next big thing. Yeah, I'm the next big thing. I'm the next big thing. You're gonna hear me say, 'cause I'm the next big. I'm the next big thing. I'm the main attraction. I'm the main attraction. I'm about to get mean. I'm about to get loud. Spotlight on me when I take my bow. You're gonna pay full price if you want front row. I got a Hollywood star. I got my name in stone. Are you ready for the show? I sit back and let's go. I'm gonna blow your mind. I am a superstar, and I knew I would come this far. You better make way. Get off my stage. Lights, camera, action. I'm the main attraction. I'm the main attraction. You're gonna feel your heartbeat when it starts to rush. I wanna look, leave your jaw wide open, 'cause I'm illustrious. Are you ready for the show? I sit back and let's go. I'm gonna blow your mind. I am a superstar, and I knew I would come this far. You better make way. Get off my stage. Lights, camera, action. I'm the main attraction. distraction.
Hi, welcome to Day Motorsports. Come on, check out what we got.
Thank you for keeping Day Motorsports in business for over 50 years.
You've probably seen us all over the racing world and doing a lot of racing designs for events and race teams, but we also do a lot of stuff from small boutiques in small cities all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. Your brand deserves to be seen. We print on more than just shirts, hats, jackets, bags, and much, much more. Custom corporate branding starts here.
Last corner, last lap,
I mean, we can go 300 laps and have a cleaner race, and you can have 20-lap feature at a local dirt track.
Best event of the year as far as I'm concerned, anywhere you go. It's the most fun I've ever had in a race car.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are looking live at the virtual Homestead Miami Speedway in the Sunshine State of virtual Florida. It is the next site of the Northwest Racing Series, Season 12 of the Trucks, and we are ready to go tonight on your home for sim racing, LSRTV, and the Community Radio Network simulcast coverage. I am Wesley Outlet. Jeremy Stanley is alongside. He is from Florida. And Charles Wooten in Texas is running the boards on the broadcast. And Jeremy, you got to love Homestead Miami, man. A mile and a half, precision banking, 3, 4, 5 wide, 6 wide if you're brave enough. This is just a fun racetrack here in virtual Florida. iRacing did not disappoint when they put this track on the server.
Sure did not, man. I've been to this track 3 times since 2012. Love coming here. Out in the complete middle of nowhere, which, you know, seems to be a theme with tracks these days. But, you know, it's a great track. It's a great track. All the lanes to choose from with the trucks, you know. You're going to see the wall riders. You're going to see the yellow line being painted. The middle of the lane is kind of 50-50. It all depends on how they tune these things up. But regardless, this track never disappoints unless it's caution filled, which I don't expect that at all here tonight.
We welcome you again to the Northwest Racing Series. The trucks getting ready to conclude their drivers' meeting. Qualifying has already got wrapped up, and Ryan Bloom has right now been the man to set fast time, 33.958, 33.958 seconds. I think there's a couple of stragglers that are trying to finish up qualifying to get on the clock, but I'll tell you what, we got about 20 trucks here that are ready to go tonight here at any of these drivers could win round 12 of the race also. I'm telling you, Jeremy, anybody in the field that we're looking on the lineup could win this race, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have 6 different winners right now in this season, 2025. We got Dennis Moore and Devin West kind of hogging them at 3 apiece. You know, it's 6 wins there. But yeah, no, there's definitely room for a 7th winner of the season. This track is very unique, and so that might, you know, be that recipe for our next new first time winner of the season.
let's take a look at tonight's race on race information for tonight. There it is. Of course, it is 2-lap qualifying. That is just about ready to conclude. And then we'll have 200 miles, 134 laps. If you didn't know, that's the distance for the race coming up here tonight at the virtual Homestead Miami Speedway. There is your race on race information. Watch live or replays at raceon.com for some of the best racing around the deep South United States. Let's take a look at the weather conditions presented by Kaufman Creative. There it is, Mr. Jeremy, and it looks like it's a beautiful day.
Yep. It's almost 3 o'clock server time, so this thing will stay daylight the entire race here as this session just starting to wind down and more drivers are filing in their qualifying times. And 7 mile an hour, that's not going to play too much into a factor. But look at that track temp. It always surprises me. 87 degrees. You go outside, it's kind of hot. It's kind of humid. But then you step on that asphalt, and it's 136. You can fry an egg on that thing. That's hot. And so that could play extra effects into the tire wear here. So you just got to really just manage yourself. It is hot. You can just see the haze all over the track down turn 1 right there in that image. You can just see it. It's cooking out there.
Well, we're about 2.5 minutes away, it looks like, from getting the racing action underway. And I'll tell you what, I'm kind of looking at some of the details here, and I'm looking at the point standings so far for the season as we are moving into round number 12 tonight. The push to the playoffs is going on, and Win Racing's Dennis Moore. How about this one? What a season Win Racing's having. 1 and 2 with Dennis Moore, Ryan Bloom. They both have had wins this year. 3 wins for Dennis Moore. 1 win for Ryan Bloom. Devin West has 3 wins. Paul Newton and Dan West Jr., Tyler King, top 5. Anybody could break through to win because we've only had 6 winners in the 12 races, and we've had 3 repeat winners this year.
Yeah, 3 repeat winners here. Like I said, there's definitely a chance for that new one here of this track being such a unique place. So I'm kind of going over the qualifying times here. Kevin Smith on top of the board right now out of 16 times posted with that 1.5 minutes left in this session. As he's still starting to file in some times here, but this will put Kevin, if he does hold, it'll be a third pole of the season. Had one at Richmond and had one at Rockingham, all the shorter style tracks. So this will be his first 1.5 mile start here, and he got it by a decent amount. He's only driver at the 0.8. He's got a whole 10th ahead of second place Ryan Bloom, Dennis Moore. So I'd keep my eye out there on that 00.
Well, I guess what we're going to do is, take a break to go ahead and thank another sponsor because they're not done qualifying or having the drivers meeting yet. So what we will do is step away, and hopefully the field will be gridded, and we will be racing when we return from Homestead, Miami.
Hi, welcome to Day Motorsports. Come on, check out what we got.
Thank you for keeping Day Motorsports in business for over 50 years.
Hey, we're back here at the virtual Homestead Miami Speedway. Welcome back to coverage of iRacing on LSRTV and CRN. And the field is gridding on the pit lane. It is time now to introduce the starting lineup for round number 12, 200 miles, 134 laps of the trucks at Homestead Miami. Kevin Smith will be on the pole. Ryan Bloom will be on the outside. By the way, if you're keeping track, Kevin Smith, it is his 3rd pole of the season. Row number 2 will find Dennis Moore, the points leader, and Christopher White to the outside. He won a couple of weeks ago. Row number 3 will find Tyler King. Tyler King looking for his first win of the season. And Dan West Jr., the 55, will start 6th. To the row 4 we go with Sean Brightsman and Jeff Stabnow, Team LSRTV. And your top 10, Jeremy, will find Josh Childress in the 39 and Stephen Paulison in the 58. A winner also this season will start 10th.
Row 6 and 11th, the 77 of Frank Harris, and then to the outside in 12th place, the 27 of Paul Newton. Row 7 will be Brett Johnson in truck number 7, and then 14th place, the 73 of Corey Eckelbarger. Row 8, you're going to find Robert Gamble Jr. in the 54, to the outside in 16th, the 89 of John Ottenbacher. Row 9, Dana Rogers in the 07, in 18th place, number 30, Ron Hunter. Row 10, you'll find Troy Daggett in the 99, and then in 20th place, the 91 of Scott Hutchison. And then the last driver to field the 21st entry here, the 57 of Chris Kynes.
So, there you see the field of trucks behind the iRacing Pace truck, and the field is rolling. Boy, Kevin Smith has changed up his truck colors as well. Look at that. Look at that. Win Racing, a little green, a little Army camouflage colors also, if you look at it. Pretty cool. I like that.
Little chrome tailgate there. Looking pretty good, I'd say, yeah. Good change of pace there for the 00. First paint scheme, and he gets a pole with it, man. Things are looking good in that can.
So the preliminary laps are underway. These drivers, again, will prepare to go for 200 miles, 134 laps here tonight at the virtual Homestead Miami Speedway. Such a fun racetrack again. And precision banking, 2, 3, 4 lanes. You could drive on the bottom, go to the top. Top could be fast, bottom could be fast, middle lane could be quick. You never know what we'll see when these guys get ready to go here as the Pace truck is dropping onto the pit lane. Pace truck is in. It is time to go racing as they work their way into the United Rentals restart zone. Green flag in the air. We're underway with the trucks at Virtual Homestead Miami. And you have a race with Kevin Smith leading them on the whole shot in 1.
The first set of corners here. Going off of turn number 2, half the field going up to the top, half staying toward the bottom. Here we go, 2 wide, many rows deep still into turn number 3. And as the top 4 now single foul to the bottom, let's see 3, 4, 5 trucks still in the 3rd lane, opening up this lap here. Kevin Smith in the 00 gets out to a nice 1 truck length advantage early on. Look at this, Kevin Smith, Dennis Moore, little breakaway here.
Thought about going 3 wide for just a second, but then he backed away.
Good break. 44-00, about half a second already over 3rd place, Ryan Bloom. Remember to watch out that tire wear, 135 degrees plus on the track surface, so you can't get the whole shot too early, or you're going to get reeled right back in here. Jeff Stabnow taking a look under Tyler King in the 21. This is going to be for 5th and 6th place. Jeff at the moment is going to clear the 21 on the inside lane.
Dennis Moore again right now in 2nd spot. We see now Jeff Stabnow, Tyler King. Wow, Childress way high up against the outside safer barrier. Holds that line. They work their way back down the front straightaway. Put another lap on the board. Childress and White now having a battle amongst themselves. Dan West Jr. in the fight. Childress up high again in 1 and 2.
Committed. He is committed on using that early on here. iRacing counts speed as tire wear. So when you're on that outside lane, you got to be careful on how much you rotate that truck. Hopefully that setup is doing it for him. Not so much wheel input. So far, he is one of the few drivers to just go up there early and stick in it, as we're going to complete 4 laps now into this 134 lap event.
Tyler King, and then orange and black, number 21. It's the 21 on the inside. Got a little company there for a minute. It looked like he was going to get bypassed by White. Christopher White now going after him again to that new Nicole Bryan Photography, number 21 entry. Well, that goes on. Frank Harris and John Deere Green, along with Dan West Jr. and Paul Newton and Brett Johnson, all in a line as they work back into one.
This field is kind of mellowed out here, single file for the most part. The standstill camera on turn 2. Every single inch, single file right now. It's 5.5 laps into this thing. Looking on the 77, Frank Harris, P9. He's almost 3 seconds back of the race leader. Kevin Smith, Dennis Moore, Ryan Bloom, still your top 3, completing lap number 6.
Everybody just right now staying in line, being patient. It's now Childress going from the outside lane down to the bottom lane, battling Brightsman. Sean Brightsman on a 46 machine, Bright's Boutique entry. Toyota, part of Team LSRTV, originally from Puyallup, Washington. And Jeff Stabnow right behind him.
Really good battle here. Saw Childress on the inside there a lap ago. Now back to the outside. Sean going to get door to door at the 39. Off of turn 2. Just get that huge momentum shot down the back straightaway. Stabnow, or Brightsman to follow back in line into turn 3. Stabnow and Brightsman hugging that white lane. And Childress, just look at him. You get about a 5-mile-an-hour advantage off that corner exit, and it's a difficult place to pass. You really just have to bank on a mistake. The overall lap time might be faster on the bottom, but when you're trying to pass, man, it is the track is so wide, but it's so difficult to pass, and you're seeing it in real time right now.
So right now, Kevin Smith in the lead. There you see him in the green 00. The 44, Dennis Moore behind him. All about that 25 of Ryan Bloom. The 39 of Childress. The 46 of Brightsman. That's the top 5 as it stands right now. And Brightsman now under attack by Childress for that spot. There it's for 4th and 5th going on. The snap now watches on the back straightaway.
Got Onbacher way in the back. It looks like he got out of shape. He's going to fall back in line up before turn 3. Still focusing on Childress here. Sean Brightsman, Jeff Stabnow. Continues to be probably the best battle on track overall. But the spacing out here. Wesley's just getting a little more. Only 11 laps in now. You see the top 10, 3.5 seconds back outside the race lead. Time limit to standstill camera off of turn 2. A couple of trucks are still kind of nose to tail. Onbacher, he's getting loose up at turn 2. He's got a handful.
Johnson right there inside Paulison. Paulison with a win earlier this year. Stephen Paulison, driver of the number 58 machine, of course, having a opportunity to win at Nashville back in April. Besides a victory, a better finish of 7th at Rockingham back in May. 2 top 10 9th place finishes at Las Vegas and the road course at Watkins Glen last week as well. So there's some of the best 5 finishes for the man of the number 58 machine of Paulison. He there, right behind Johnson there, Jeremy.
Victory Lane. He's got some work to do to at least get into the top 5 here. He's already 4.5 seconds back. The race lead in 13th. Looking back at Childress here in the 39 off of turn 4 once again. This is for 4th place. One of the few drivers just committed to the top. Ryan Bloom is going to follow him up there. Going to take off some of that air on the nose. And that caused the 39 to drift up a little bit higher than normal. Puts him into the outside wall for a little bit of wall glue situation. And that brings Brightsman right into that picture. But still, even with the wall glue, Childress able to drive off the corner and put Sean right behind him. Back to turn 3. He's going to give it another shot. But it's probably not. Oh, we got loose again, man. That truck. Ottenbacher and Childress feeling it early.
Another good lap there. Childress really loose on the high side. Is down. Brightsman Powers on the bottom. This is for 4th. They have continued to go at it here relentlessly in the last 10 laps right now. 15 of 134 laps when they come to the line in this $200 event.
I love this place, man, but at the same time, your truck can go south in a hurry. If you set yourself up tight at this point in time in the race, it just gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And it's also on the other end. If it gets loose like right now, it just keeps getting looser and looser. And you're just committed to one lane. You don't have that option available to you. So Childress is kind of just stuck. If he gets to the bottom, he's going to get really loose off corner exit. And he's going to spin the thing. He's going to utilize that extra banking to keep that truck underneath him. So he's still loose, man. He's fighting that thing for all he's got. He has to stay up there, though. And Brightsman himself a little loose off of turn 4 on the bottom. So maybe he needs to search to that middle groove. But he's still pretty committed to the inside lane here.
We mentioned the battle between Brightsman and Childress. The same going on between King and Stabnow. This is for 6th and 7th on the racetrack. A lot of good side-by-side battles here in the early going.
Yeah, and Brightsman putting a little defense on King here. Oh, too much defense. Gets loose, save it. Great save by Jeff Stabnow. But yeah, he was pinching him down a little bit there on that entrance. And the 24 himself got loose. Little arrow disadvantage. Got taken off the side of his truck. Got loose, tagged the door. Thankfully, no wreck there. He's going to lose 1.5 spots on that trans. Oh, man. Dan West Jr. almost took him out. Checked up the 55, and look at that. Paul Newton recognized it. Handed Frank Ayers to the inside now to try to make that pass happen.
Frank Harris right there in line, right there patiently watching. I said John Deere green. That's actually the Oregon Ducks colors. The green and yellow of the Oregon Ducks. Yeah. I mean, it is John Deere green, but it's the Oregon Ducks team. Let me give it credit. Be responsive.
Still a great battle here. Stabnow
got a nice team. Yeah, got a nice team LSRTV battle going on here, Jeremy. I was about to say, I think you were thinking the same thing I was. There goes Dan West Jr. and Jeff Stabnow. Paul Newton looking and lurking, but while they were side by side, now they get back single file again going into 2.
Yeah, this part of the track right here, these group of trucks right around 10th place. They're having a pretty awesome battle across. Paul Newton looking underneath Jeff Stabnow. Gonna get to his door panel now. Oh, Stabnow a little loose. On center, had to check up more. It's gonna give Paul a decent chance. Corner exit, both of these guys throttling with ease off the corner. A little side drive from Paul, dips it right back to the bottom. Jeff's gonna take that middle lane approach where he feels the most comfortable. And Paul is gonna make that pass happen. 27.
Picking this battle in the back down behind Johnson and Harris. There's Paulison. Gamble now looking on. He's got the Buckeye colors, right? We got Oregon Ducks and we got now the Ohio State Buckeyes. With the Gamble truck now trying to run down Paulison and Johnson. There you go.
Turn 3 here. These trucks, I'm surprised that I know they're losing their distance a little bit to Kevin Smith still out there. He's got one on the wall on the outside. There's the Buckeyes truck finding the wall. Oh, hold on. White truck way in the back. 99 Troy Daggett. What a save into the blue paint there on the front straightaway on lap 23. Great save. But I was going to say, I'm surprised, Wesley, how much they're losing the leader, but at the same time, on Bucker again. That man has been loose every other lap off of turn 2, and that was probably his biggest moment right there. So these two guys, talking about handling issues, they are just all over the track. And turn 2 is always the worst because it's such a sharper exit, off-corner exit compared to turn 4. It's a much more sweeping corner there. So that's where John is really struggling. 55. Christopher White. Turn 2 himself. These trucks look way more stable than the guys in the back.
Wow, Childress up high in the fence, getting sideways, trying to keep it off the wall, continuing to fight it as he works off forward. He's into the wall again. Oh, what a save there.
He is sweating, man. That shirt's going to be drenched. He is working the wheels so hard, and we have over 100 laps to go. If he doesn't get that thing tightened up, he's going to be completely exhausted, even though he's sitting in an AC controlled room inside his house, instead of a nice, comfortable, single chair. This man's going to need a shower after this on Saturday.
Stab now, Harris battle now. This is going on for 10th. Johnson and Paulison watching as well as Jeff. Wow, Stab now a little wiggle there for a minute. Lost ground on Harris, and now this opens the door to Johnson, his teammate, for LSRTV on the inside.
This is Jeff's natural line, it looks like. Oh, no, hold on. That's not his natural line. Yeah, this is going to hurt. Oh, and caution's out lap 26. I was just going to say, that's Jeff Stabnow's preferred lane is that middle groove. But even in himself, gets loose on corner exit, gets collected there. And that damage is definitely going to be repairable. It's square up to the rear end. We're going to be okay. But caution right here, lap 26 with Brett Johnson in the 7 on the inside. Jeff Stabnow in the 24. You see him right about there, right at the apex of exit. Boom. Good night, 24.
Don't think there's going to be a lot of damage on the Jeff Stabnow machine from Billings, Montana. Here's another look at it again on another replay. Watch the 24 and the 7 right about now. The Funk Soul Brother. There it is. Yes. Named by Johnson.
Charles, our producer, just singing.
Anybody going to come to pit lane here earlier? What do you think? Do you think, well, we're seeing already? Kevin Smith?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's on pit road. Wow.
There's no way you don't. Did you see how many trucks are ill handling? Guys in the back, in the front, doesn't matter. I would rather come down pit road and feel comfortable, make the changes that I need to make the long run. I would definitely spin that set of tires. Because this race, the way I'm surprised there hasn't been more wrecks already, but these guys are doing a great job keeping it underneath them. But yeah, no, you have to get that truck off. We have to come down.
Well, we're in a caution for the first time, and we will step away and take a break as we still have over 100 laps to go here at Homestead, Miami. Be back with more in just a moment.
Hi, welcome to Day Motorsports. Come on, check out what we got.
Thank you for keeping Day Motorsports in business for over 50 years.
Hey, we're back here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Welcome back to coverage Northwest Racing Series Trucks, round 12 of season 12 of the season. Wesley Outland, Jeremy Stanley right here with you. Thanks for all of y'all that are watching. And we're not done yet. Pace car, or pace truck for that matter, will get ready to drop onto the pit lane. They'll get back into the United Reynolds restart zone. And Jeremy, we're ready to turn them loose again and go back to racing as it looked like Dennis Moore had trouble firing on the gun.
We are setting sail into turn number one. Who made the right changes here for the second green flag attempt? Kevin Smith. Tyler King restarting in P2, or at least clears the 44s. He's underneath, or under attack rather, of Dennis Moore, trying to get right back to second place. Has him in the turn 3 entrance. Looks like he's gonna get him cleared. So back to P2 quickly goes Dennis. Now here's Josh Childers still up on that outside lane in P4 right now. But look at this, a little bit better of a restart of Kevin Smith. He's out 2+ truck lengths on the open line.
Really good solid run going for him right now. Down the back straightaway on the inside. Look at this now. Tyler King, Josh Childress going at it. Childress again continuing to fight the wall in the safer barrier. Just not his friend tonight here off turn 14. Jeremy, man.
These corners are not doing. Oh, is he in the wall? I thought he was in the wall there for a moment, but yeah, these corners are not doing well here. So a lot of these guys. 21. Mr. King was making a big move up to the field right before that caution. So that 21. If he can have a decent short run truck here, his long run truck is going to be great. So expect that 21 to be completely contending for not only the top 3, but maybe even second or first, if he can get that extra speed out of him. But Dennis Moore is not letting Smith go right now. Still at 0.2 of a second. As you're looking at the 21 here, looking at 19, Christopher White. Door to door, great effort on the inside lane. Still giving him tons of room on the outside. All file in here. Single file and free.
Dan West Jr. now trying to avoid the wall like Josh Childress has been doing. By the way, when they come back to the line, it will be 100 laps to go here in the race. 34 completed. It has been all Kevin Smith, even after pitting Jeremy. He has been the Pied Piper, if you will, of that camouflage green 00 Chevrolet. Win Racing's leader, Kevin Smith, up in front.
Kevin Smith and Dennis Moore. Look at the gap they put on the field. 1.5 seconds almost to your third place truck. This is way more of a hole shot that these guys got compared to the last green flag, which is the opening lap of this race, 35 laps to go. But everybody else behind him, third on back, they are just stuck nose to tail. You have to lane search because you're driving in a bunch of dirty air and you cannot separate from one another, surprisingly, right now. So after you see a little bit of fanning out in the corners, you got to do what you got to do for that downforce. Across the line here to start lap 36. Most of these drivers are kind of locked into where they're going to be running.
Dan West Jr. trying to make this run on Ryan Bloom, and right now he's in 6th. Harris in pursuit, and they are trying to get into the top 5 and run down Taylor King. One caution so far in this race. That happened about 15 laps or so ago when Jeff Stabdown spun. Solo spin down the back straightaway. He did bounce off of another truck with contact, but Jeff Stabdown able to continue along. He's on the lead lap, but he's in 19th. By the way, one truck out of the race right now. Scott Hutchinson is out in the 91 and 20.
On turn number 4 here. Looking on the 27 of Paul Newton. Frank Harris up here in P8. It's good to see Frank competing well inside the top 10 right now. 38 laps in. Just underneath 100 laps to go in this 134 lap event at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Turn 3. This has been a very safe race so far, Wesley. We saw the ill-handling trucks kicking about 10, 15-ish laps into the green flag run. We're going to be a few laps away from that mark. And I'm really curious to see who's the ones that corrected their issues and who's the ones that are maybe overcorrected or fall back eventually.
Ryan Bloom right there. You see him in 6th. There's more trucks darting out of line. There goes Dan West Jr. up high, up on the outside, fighting the wheel. There goes Paul Newton. Paul Newton Designs, number 27, his Ford in the 8th position now. Trying to get back after DWJ. He'll pull down to the inside. They'll try to tandem, if you will, to back the run back down on Ryan Bloom for that spot down the back straightaway.
Mr. Newton keeping them at bay here. Dan West goes up a little bit high on that corner exit to make sure the 27 stays there. On that 41. 55 is going to take the air off the nose of the 27. He's going to have to back it up there in the center of the corner, which he does very nicely. Little wash up though on exit. You see how well that worked? It just took the 55 to go into the front of the 27. On corner exit, Paul had a lift, and that caused a whole truck length of separation now. But gives him the fresh air. Now Paul's right back to it, just like that, looking on the inside. So let's see if Dan West likes to, or wants to cut the air off the nose of the 27 once more. Nope, he's going to like to take the outside lane. Paul's going to take a look once again for this position now off of turn 2.
There's Newton on the inside of Dan West Jr. All this happens now is there's Ryan Bloom. Bloom and King. White all in that mix that we mentioned. That's for 5th, so 6th, 5th, and 4th. If you're doing countdown mode. 2 seconds back, by the way, to the leader of Kevin Smith. All this happening here. They work their way back into the corner. Some going high, some going low. I hate to say this, Jeremy, but the smart thing might be, with under 100 to go now, is to just get single file, get in the line, get on the conga line train, and just kind of ride and wait for the time to poke out a line to get around a truck, because if you try to go up high, you lose ground of everybody you're competing with on the bottom.
It's so difficult too, because these guys have built their setup to run a certain lane. So to start to lane shift means you're pulling out of the strategy that you came into this race with. I see Ryan Bloom at 25. He's been, for the most part, committed to that outside lane. 21 King, I think, has been the most versatile truck out here in the top 10. I've seen him run the bottom, middle, and top, and that truck's very consistent in speed and lap times. So that's what's making him a long run truck, at least on that last run attempt. See how it holds up here in the next 10-15 laps or so. Him and Christopher White go to the bottom this time. The 21, even though the arrow's taken off the nose, he's still able to gain on the 19. He's going to take a look to the inside. Does he throw it in deep here? Nope. Christopher's going to stay on the low side with a little bit of a defense. He's going to choke up the 21. Oh, but King, great idea to really just let go of center, get back to it on exit. Great throttle control by the 21, and that makes that truck so versatile again. Able to keep the momentum on the inside. Lap 46 now. Tyler really trying to clear the 19 to get himself in the P4. He's got a great chance here.
By the way, we're just about, 20 laps away from the halfway mark of this race. Got now Ryan Bloom and Christopher White almost getting into the side of one another down the front straightaway, holding it off. There goes Bloom and White. That's the battle going on for 5th and 6th. All this going on as they work back into the corner. We are also past the top of the hour. We'll pause quickly for 10 seconds for station identification on the Community Radio Network. This is the Northwest Racing Series from Homestead, Miami.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton.
Hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
And we do thank you for joining us. Jeremy Stanley, I'm Wesley Outlook, Charles Wooten on production. It is the Northwest Racing Series, round number 12 from Homestead, Miami. And season number 12 is right now Kevin Smith looking, Jeremy, to finally break through into victory lane if he can. He came into the night's race 12th in the points. He has not won a race. Right now, he is having the race of the season for him right now. And Childress, by the way, wall climber and all, has been able to climb up into the top 5 as a fourth.
Loose back there. Yeah, no, this truck has been stuck in P4. Driver the 39 here as we're cycling through the field a little bit here. Now we got Chris White on screen, turn 4 exit for him, P6 at the moment. Bloom, either got really loose off of turn 4 and made a strong effort to get around the inside of that 39. I know, 39 just, he's loose. Josh Childress off the outside lane. You know he's loose. Wait, man, that truck is on ice skates, dude. So Ryan's going to try as a 3 wide-ish into turn 3. Childress back to the outside. So that truck is already in that ill-handling state now. Let's see. Yeah, look how scattered they are on the front straightaway. That's not them choosing that lane. That is them just not handling well. 39 is going to go conservative on this corner. Entrance in the 1 and 2, sticks to the middle groove. Oh, he's loose again. Saves it off track.
There goes Bloom on the inside of Childress. White will be right there. He'll follow along, and we get back single file again. As you see up top there, also Paul Newton having a battle with, I believe, Paulison. And the smart thing to do was to get back to the inside. Now Ryan Bloom jumps out of line. He'll make the move on Childress and move to fourth. Looks for third on Katie. Stab down on the, well, he just went a lap down. Tough break for the 24.
Yeah, tough break indeed, man. Damage to the rear end. The truck's already been loose, so looks like it repaired for the most part, but that truck's not comfortable at all. As he continues just to drop through the field. As your first truck on the Lucky Dog contention, though, you see the rear end damage. They weren't able to get all of it repaired on pit road. That one, oh, was it the 55 that was hard in the wall there on exit of turn 2? These trucks are just so loose. Yeah, that was Dan West Jr. 55 slapped that wall pretty hard. Let's see if there's any. Oh, here we go. LSRTV replay is going to give you exactly what just happened there off turn 2. And this is a lot of trucks. We're just now seeing the first of the contact, but I'm sure there's been more. I think it's the first one we've seen off a live camera. Most of the bottom, he's just chasing it. Bam! Hard outside wall.
Understanding best battle right now going on for the top 10. It is Newton and it is Harris, and we are side by side as they work their way down the front straightaway out 4. Newton with the whole shot, carrying the momentum around the swing on the 70-70. Can't get there and clear him, and we get back single file going back into turn 1.
The game is just staying single file for the most part until you're ready to make an attempt of passing. And some of these attempts aren't even actually attempts, they're just lane choice preference. As the 46 of Brightsman is there on shoulders the next, or the best battle on the track at this time. Oh, speaking of battles, the 27 Newton hard battle with the outside wall has lost the right front fender, Wesley. That's the hardest contact I think I've seen damage-wise all night long. Let's take a look at it. LSRTV replay.
Man, look at that. Could have turned worse than what it turned into be. Paul Newton nose into the wall. Then it wasn't that much of a shape to get him sideways to trigger a caution. Gotta wonder how much damage is also on the Harris truck. We stay green, by the way.
These guys are just loose chasing each other. Yeah, these guys.
Hey, Jeremy, don't know if you heard, but obviously, you know, Thursday night we have the ARCA Northwest Series, and this past Thursday night, disappointingly, we didn't broadcast it, but Nashville was where they were racing. They ran 150 laps in 45 minutes, my friend. One caution flag. Sean Brightsman was the winner. How cool was that? From the pole.
That's wild. 45 minutes. A very, very bumpy short track. That's pretty impressive stuff.
Yes,
I was curious about that one. How they're going to try that.
Charles
that's
had
a very
internet
good
issues. Yeah. Charles had internet issues, and he backed out. And then we got our buddy Cody Deemers in Indiana to be able to try to do it. He was going to do it, and then he had to do an update. And obviously, he had not updated his equipment since, I guess, that Sunday that we had the LFRL series, or Monday for 4-wide or whatever. I don't know. But anyhow, I guess there was another update. Jeremy, you were telling me about it. On that Tuesday, the Week 13 update, I guess is what they call it. And he said it took like 4 hours to download or update everything. So in doing so, we were not able to do the race live. Jeremy and myself were game to doing it, but unfortunately it just didn't work out. But anyhow, Sean Brightsman won, and we're going to Dover this this upcoming Thursday night.
Yeah, Dover's a good track for the ARCA cars too, so that'll be fun regardless. We'll see how that plays out. Great track car combo, it really is. A lot of power, a lot of banking. Those cars have some grip. That should be a fun one to watch, man. Caution. Lap
Got a
61,
caution.
Second one.
Yes, sir. Trouble, and what is it, Jeff Stabnow again? I think it is. Second yellow flag for the 24. Billings, Montana's Jeff Stabnow. First time on the backstretch. Let's see where he loses it this time. Wow. Truck just went around him, and he locks it up. Boy, this just ain't been the night for Jeff Stabnow, Jeremy. Wow.
Yeah, no. And I'm surprised that Paul Newton's wreck didn't bring out a caution, but Stabnow's did. This is on pit road, getting repaired. It's probably going to be done.
So the caution is out. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Did
no.
Kevin Smith just get bumped entering pit road? Yes, he did.
Your race leader, the dominant truck
Did he just
all night,
crash
the one
entering
who's
pit
led
road?
every single lap of the race has been led by this guy. Well, yeah, let's take a look. We're getting different reports here. What happened? On pit road under caution? That's wild if that's the case. Wow,
He lost it on his own.
He downshifted. He probably hit down to first gear.
Wow.
That's how you do that. You lock up the rear axle. That's what the wheel hop does at road courses. You probably dropped it in the first gear, locked up, and off you go into the tires.
Well,
That's
another yellow
impressive.
flag causes pit stops and more, and we are going to step away and take a break. As it looks like now, as we head towards halfway, Dennis Moore, the points lead. Well, actually, he's not the points leader. He's second in the points. But the man has had a really good year this year. He currently is on the hunt to look for another win in the series. Right now, he sits as the leader as we step away and go to a break.
You've probably seen us all over the racing world and doing a lot of racing designs for events and race teams, but we also do a lot of stuff from small boutiques in small cities all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. Your brand deserves to be seen. We print on more than just shirts, hats, jackets, bags, and much, much more. Custom corporate branding starts here.
Last corner, last lap, pass.
I mean, we can go 300 laps and have a cleaner race than you can 20 lap feature at a local dirt track.
Best event of the year as far as I'm concerned, anywhere you go.
It's the most fun I've ever had in a race car.
By the way, Dennis Moore is the points leader. I think I said second. He is the points leader of the season. 3 wins, 3 poles, 8 top 5s, 9 top 10s, and he is leading by 8 over Ryan Bloom as we come back to green. Lap number 63 of 130, or 64 of 134, and we are closing in also on the halfway mark of the race as we come back. Turn number 2, Jeremy.
second green flag with unknown conditions as the 00 has led every single lap up until the past 2 or 3 after that little spin and pit entrance. So back to 13th he goes. This will be fun to see how far he goes up through the field on this run. But Dennis Moore is your race leader. Sean Breisman, really close second place. Really close for that matter. Him and Brian Bloom with 25 hold the top 3. This is a battle for the race lead, it looks like. They're under 10, 44 and the 46. About mid-pack here. Does he stick it? It's going to be close. And line to 44. Still holds on.
Oh, wow. There you go. There you go. Get back in line there. Hold it together as they go to the inside. That's going to be Brightsman and Moore battling for the lead. There's contact. Oh, Dennis Moore sideways. Brightsman loses ground, and they're both dropping down on the scoring pylon, heading to the cross flags in 3. Oh, wow.
Christopher White gifted. But now we're 3 wide here. True 3 wide. Frank Harris in the middle. Dennis Moore slides up. This is getting fun. The 00 gives it up, and then now the race lead became exciting. Look at this.
How fun was that right now? Brightsman and Moore both fell back. Actually, Brightsman went all the way back to 12th. Dennis Moore only back to 5th. Chris White now the new leader as we come to the second half of the race here. White, Bloom, Dan West Jr., Dennis Moore, Tyler King on his inside. Paulison the new top 5 actually as they walk off.
2/10 of a second lead over Brian Bloom, Dan West Jr. rather, up to P3 after the random turn of events that's happened since the yellow flag 5 or 6 laps prior. Kevin Smith already worked his way up to P8, so up 5 positions from the restart as he's still trying to truck through the field and get back to where he's been all race long. There he is, 00 Kevin Smith. Looking behind Frank Harris now. See if he goes to the inside here in turn 3. There he goes, right to the door panel, real quick and easy. Goes the 00. He's got Tyler King in front, also one of the fast guys here tonight. Pass complete over Frank and moves him up to P7.
Remember what happened to Kevin Smith right before the caution? Well, actually after the caution with, whoa, Paulison's in the fence now. And that was not the hit the 58 wanted. And remember, Stab now, where he brought out that second caution, Jeremy, whenever they were coming to the pit lane, Kevin Smith had problems. He's now back in relish the 6th position. He's going after the 21. Tyler King to the inside as they work the back stretch heading to 3.
This continue to move through, move that 00 into the top 5. Already up 8 positions since the drop of the green flag. Just a handful of laps ago. And he's still holding on that 2.1 second disadvantage under the 19 of Chris White, who's been leading this race after the 46 and the 44 got tangled up. 44 able to recover nicely. Dennis Moore, he's only a half a second out of the race lead. But here goes Kevin underneath the 55. Dan West, who finds the outside wall as the camera pans around. He's going to lose the spot to Tyler King and Frank Harris and maybe even Paulson here into turn one.
There will be 16 laps to go when they come back to the line. And now Christopher White trying to win the race as he is the man in the front right now. The CWWhitemedia.com Chevrolet battling now with Ryan Bloom. Also for Win Racing, Dennis Moore third. Down to the inside, Bloom to the inside, all this going on. Remember, Ryan Bloom looking for his first win of the season. Yet to find victory. Well, actually, my apologies, he actually won. He won, trying to update my information here. He has won. Ryan Bloom has one win this year, joining Stephen Paulson and Christopher White with a win. There you go.
Yeah. Great battle here, race lead, 25-19. Kevin Smith up to P4. He's got nothing but fresh air in front of him now to catch these three guys. The race lead, I think, a single blanket. Wrightsman, Dan West Jr., they're side by side here. Also Troy Daggett, driving the 99. That's the truck who had gotten severely loose early on in this race, lost a ton of positions, and slowly made his way almost back into the top 10. He's doing well at the moment. Chris Kynes right in front of him, 57. Okay, he started dead last here this evening. Oh, he's loose, he's loose, he's loose. Does not get tagged by Troy. He checks up. Brett Johnson looked for a moment and said, no, I'm going to think about this again. But Troy now to the inside of Chris.
So remember Smith and the problem he had. It doesn't look like he's really got a bad game at truck. Look at this right now. He's kind of sitting in the fourth spot. One of the things we noticed, Jeremy, especially as we get towards the end of the run, about 30, 35 laps, I guess you would probably say, the trucks really start to tighten up. The handling goes away, and they really start getting loose and sliding. And I think that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on, because we might see possibly another scenario or a late race caution like that we've seen the other two times tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the handling has been the story of this race in particular. You got the two best trucks, I think, overall battling right now. 0021. They are losing ground. The Kevin Smith, who made that great charge up through the field, has now lost a whole second compared to where he was about 5 or 6 laps ago. So he's off the pace, used too much of those good years. One more caution, he's going to be back in that race lead, at least in that picture. It's Chris White, he's starting to lose ground there in half a second. Dennis Moore, 1 second. So they're really spaced in the top 3, top 4, but Frank Harris looking as part of that wreck there with 27, about 20-ish laps to go. The truck looks clean and looks like he's doing just fine for himself.
Remember Harris earlier had a little scare early, but he got sideways and he was able to get back going again. This, whoa, here comes now Harris inside. Driver left of Smith. Kevin Smith bonsais around him. Gets back easily, the 5th position. And they'll work on that battle going on again into turn 1. Lap number 81 of 134. If you're doing the math, Jeremy, 52 to go.
77 looking for the pass there as we cut over to the 55 of Dan West Jr. P12 at the moment for this driver. Chris Kynes right in front still. P11, 8.5 seconds back outside the race lead. Ryan Bloom almost to a whole second as we got there. Here's the battle continuing a half a track later. The 77 on the inside still of the 00. Mr. Kevin Smith. Oh, Kevin loose. Hold on to it.
Wow. Hold on
Gives
to it,
him the
buddy.
grace, lifts off the throttle, keeps from contact happening. Great heads up by the 58.
And that could have been disastrous. Somehow they held it together. We stayed green. Best battle on the racetrack right now. There it is between Dan West Jr. and Chris Kynes. 11th and 12th on the racetrack now. With under 50 to go, Jeremy, for the finish of this race.
Laps to go. Coming up here this time. Brian Bloom continuing to pull away a little bit further and further now. 1.3 seconds is the gap between him and second place. This will give a great shot for Ryan to be our 4th repeat winner this year with a second win, if he can hang on to this. Panning it stays green, because if we get another caution, Wesley, I think this top 5 is going to be majorly flip-flopped.
Oh, yeah.
These guys in the back are going to recover, man. It's just, oh, hold on. Here's the caution. No, he saves it. Policy. Just trying to get all the TV time by being involved in these potential wrecks here this evening.
No, seriously, remember, we talked about how loose these trucks get in about a 30-lap span, and the handling goes away, and there's 2-3 occasions right now where we could have seen it, and it, you know, it stopped. So they saved it.
Yeah. Here, Troy Daggett. This guy's, that time around, the 58 was much more comfortable on corner exit. Turn number 1 here, still single file. I think the action's kind of cooled off at the moment there. Not seeing the looseness in quite a few trucks. I was going to say that. Here comes Brightsman. Looking underneath Kevin Smith. He's starting to fall back down the pylon. Moved all the way up to 4th, but then overspent it, man. Now he's sitting there in 7th place, struggling for speed and grip.
John Brightsman, there he is. Man's done pretty good in the ARCA Northwest Series. Sean Brightsman now comfortably sitting in 7th in the point standings, in 6th right now on the racetrack. However, 1 top 5, 5 top 10s this season, Jeremy, for Sean Brightsman, 7th in the points. It's not been the great season for the trucks for Sean Brightsman like it's been in the ARCA Series for the 46. And there goes Johnson right behind Sean Brightsman, ironically, on the points as well. He's looking for his first win. 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s. Remember, about, 3 weeks ago, we thought Johnson was going to break through and win a race.
Yeah, we sure did, man. Still has the opportunity. But he needs to find a little more grip in that truck on the long run to have any sort of chance here. Lap 90 of the 134 scheduled laps at the moment. Off of turn 2, we're looking at the 7, now the 07. Not much TV time here for Dana Rogers, sitting back in P14. He's got the 73 Corey right behind him. we're just kind of cycling through, giving some other drivers some TV time. A lot of single file action going on here, 2/3 of the way through this race.
There's Dana Rogers, Coca-Cola 07 machine. Beautiful looking wrap job on that truck, by the way. You never know what kind of soda truck he'll have, the soda man, right? I've seen Coca-Cola. I've seen what? You've seen Fanta.
What other drinks are out there?
Well, I know he had a Coca-Cola truck. I know he had a Fanta truck. I think he had a Fanta orange. He had a Fanta grape as well. Look at this inside 73. There's Eckelbarger. And Eckelbarger gets around Rogers. That's going on back for the top 15 as we are seeing trucks pit, by the way. Paul Newton is on pit lane. We already got some guys out of the race, including Ottenbacher, Stabdown, Gamble, and Hutchinson.
Focusing on Corey here off turn 4. Second to last truck on the lead lap. Dana Rogers being the last one, ready to get a lap. He put a lap down, 21 seconds back. Your lap times are around 30-ish seconds here. Now, here's the 7, Brett Johnson. P8 for this driver right now. Behind the 00, Kevin Smith catching him too. Slowly railing him in. This might move Johnson up to P7 if he can get there and make the pass. As Kevin runs to the bottom, this is going to be an easier task for Brett Johnson. He rotates the corner so well that time. Oh yeah, he's going to be there. He's on the back stretch into turn 3. He might have a chance at the front stretch or back stretch next time around.
Everything just kind of very quiet for the moment. Just single file, riding towards lap 100. Ryan Bloom in the lead now, by the way. Christopher White, Dennis Moore, Tyler King, Sean Bright's top 5. It's Harris in 6. You see him on the screen right now. That's Frank Harris. Kevin Smith, the pole man, back to 7th now. Brett Johnson, Stephen Paulison, Troy Daggett. Your top 10, Jeremy, as we give a full field rundown. And that's the top 10 right now on track.
Go. Lap 96 on schedule 134 laps. Very calm. I expect a lot of ill-handling trucks here. We've only seen a couple in the past 10 or 15. So as we cycle through the field, we're looking for the action. The SDK provides that information over to us. We put it on the screen, but like this might be the best battle on track. It probably is. It's just so conservative approach, just trying to wheel it to the end of the race here. Look at that race lead. Ryan Bloom 2 seconds now to Chris White. So Ryan Bloom just gonna, after the turn of events, after Kevin gave up the lead on pit road, some things happened to multiple drivers. Now he's taking full advantage of it and walking away with it basically.
Heading towards lap 100 in this race. Brett Johnson right now, they can see him comfortably in the 8th position as another lap goes on the board. It is Bloom in the lead. There's Paulison. Paulison right now in 9th position. Jeremy, I shudder to think this, but is it a possibility that we could be seeing green flag pit stops here before the finish of this race? Is it possible? Because the last time they pitted was on lap number 62.
Yeah, I've been actually debating that internally. And I think they have to. I really feel like they have to, but I also know these guys are easy on the throttle because of the handling, so that might be saving them an extra lap or two to make it to the end. But you're probably right. You're probably right. We're probably going to see some form of pit stops. But if you're going to do it for fuel, I would think you'd want to split the run, right? Kind of maybe a little bit past halfway. So they restarted, what, before lap 7, you said? So if they come down now, that's 40 laps in, and they got 34, 35 to go. So if there's going to be a pit stop, some of them might take the early approach, which would be about now.
Yeah, I mean, it's 62. The last time everybody, pretty much for the most part, came down to the pit lane. Paul Newton pitted on lap number 71, but he's out of sequence with everybody. 24, 25 laps down, so 35 to go at the line. I'm thinking you're going to pit between 100 and 110, I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking right now, Jeremy, around that window. What do you think?
I like it. If we're going to see it, oh, well, here you go. You're on the money.
Well,
here,
I called it. There it is. Yep.
Yeah, 55. Dan West Jr. going to open up the pit sequence here. Only driver this lap to come down with 34 to go.
Now, I wonder if he's trying to go for an undercut right now.
Let's see. If some people can make it, this is actually a brilliant call because he's going to be able to go 2 seconds faster for multiple laps when he gets back on surface. So he might give himself enough room to make up the ground lost. If that's saying if they don't all have to pit technically, but we'll see here. He's the opening one this time. Chris Kynes in pit road this time, giving up his spot. And one Dana Rogers too. So yeah, no, I think here we go. We're going to start to see it here.
So pit stops are happening now at lap number 102. Lap number 101, we saw Dan West Jr. come down to the pit lane. Actually, at lap 100, here comes more pit stops happening. Dana Rogers, Chris Kynes. Yeah, I figured between 101, between lap 100 and 110, we'd see him, and that's exactly what we're seeing now. These green flag pit stops, and obviously, you cannot make a mistake here because this could transition the outcome for the finish of the race, Jeremy, with already under 35 to go.
Yeah, now my eyes are set on the top 5. When do they come down to? They have enough gap between each other to where they don't really have to like be worried about the undercut. Look at this top 5 right there. Here we go. Here's Kevin Smith. Fastest truck on average this whole race. He needs to take this undercut if he wants to be up there battling for anything. Let's see what he does. But the top 5 is separated by 5 seconds. So Ryan Bloom is in a comfortable spot to kind of stick to strategy, if you will.
So pit stops are happening now. Here comes Chris White now onto the pit lane. As we are closing in on 30 laps to go when they come to the line this time by.
Clean
And
stop
Jeremy,
for
you know, we talk about making green flag pit stops. You also do not want to get a penalty entering or exiting on pit lane under green flag conditions too.
Yeah, absolutely. Lock these laps down here. I would imagine they're not going to pit here, Wes. They got to come down here real soon. They're going to do it.
They're going to have to pit. They're going to have to. There's no
Staying out
way
too late
that
makes
the
no
guys
sense.
that are in the top 10 can go to the finish of this race. We know that now. There's no way.
But they got to do it now, though. I feel like they're giving them too much time at their slow rate of speed. You can't make up the time lost if you continue to stay out longer and longer. We got Frank Harris on pit road. He's giving up his spot. Only one on this lap.
I got to think, Jeremy, if they pit, do you think he just opened the door or sealed the fate with maybe Christopher White winning this race, maybe? Because he is the Pied Piper on the scoring pylon that when they finally do pit, here comes Ryan Bloom. He'll give up the lead. He comes down pit road. But look at Christopher White, though, Jeremy. He's in 19. He's in the 19. He's already in 10th. And Christopher White looks to be the guy that could capitalize with all of this pitting now by the guys that are pitting now if Stephen Paulson comes in.
Here we go. Ryan Bloom, clean inch into this pit stall. Let's see what this is. You're saying maybe Chris White has an opportunity to take the lead. Davis Moore currently your race leader. Sean Breitzman right behind him by less than a second.
Brett Johnson in. Brett Johnson in. He was in 4th, the number 7 on pit lane. And while this goes on, Christopher White, Ryan Bloom, Kevin Smith are right now the fast takers that are climbing the scoring pylon. That's what I love about going to a racetrack in real life, Jeremy, and you see the green flag cycle of pit stops and how it all just fluctuates.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see the consistency of some drivers stay out late, some early, some like to be a little aggressive. So kind of builds that character of every single driver. That's part of what's cool about doing these broadcasts. You get to see it in real time. You see the guys just blowing right past the 44. You see the speed differential. That's what he's giving up every single lap until he comes down pit road. There goes the 00. Look at that, just in one corner. Just 3 seconds, 3 truck lengths back to 5 on exit.
Yeah, I just can't believe he hasn't pitted yet.
Sure. Maybe this is why I'm not racing now. Who knows?
Troy Daggett now in 4th. By the way, there are 5 drivers. 6 drivers, my apologies, that have not pitted yet. They all pitted at lap 62 on the last caution with stab down. That includes Dennis Moore, Sean Breitzman. Now 6 becomes 5 because 3rd place man Tyler King does come down on pit lane at lap number 110. So Dennis Moore, Sean Breitzman, Troy Daggett, Josh Childress, and Corey Eckelbarger are the 5 drivers that have yet to pit. Christopher White, by the way, Jeremy, has already moved in to the top 5. He is in 5th now. He pitted again at lap number 104.
Watch that scoring pylon too. 20.5, 20.4, 0.3, 0.2, 0.1. Look at the time he's just earning.
Battle for the lead.
Yeah, battle for the lead too. These guys know they have to come down pit road and they're battling each other.
And Jeremy, remember what happened the last time these two got side by side fighting for the top spot? Remember, between Breitzman and Moore, what took place?
Absolutely. That's what gave Ryan Bloom the race lead. These two getting tangled up. 21 laps to go. Chris White 18. He's already gained 2 seconds since a lap ago.
Breitzman up high, down low, goes Moore, and whoa, the 46 was dirt tracking it there for just a moment to the back straightaway. You don't want to tether being up against the outside so much because it just seems like it's a Darlington stripe waiting to happen, Jeremy, where you'll hit that outside safer barrier. And at this kind of speeds, you can damage your truck really goodly. 20 to go now.
When do we pit?
They ain't showing signs of stopping yet. Unbelievable. Whoa,
39
Childress
on
in the wall
Josh.
again.
Yeah, Lucy.
Childress
20 to
fighting
go
the
here.
truck. He is sideways.
He's not good right now. He's fighting everything in this truck. Oh, here we go.
Here comes the leaders. Dennis
And a
Moore
little
gives up the
sketch.
lead. He comes down to the pit lane. Sean Brightsman now leads. Troy Daggett is on pit road now. Corey Eckelbarger is on pit road. 2 more remain. Sean Brightsman and Josh Childress yet to pit. Christopher White is up to second now.
Let's see what the time fall off looks like here for the 44 when he rejoins the surface at speed. Where does he fall to? Brightsman on pit road, the
Brightsman's
last
in.
driver to make the pit stop. Chris White
And as
now
I
will
said
take.
it, yes, sir. You're exactly right, Jeremy. It will cycle back around to Christopher White being the new leader.
Let's watch
Now, Childress is going to be 3-4 seconds back to White. Ryan Bloom, by the way, is 5 seconds back to Christopher White, who pitted at lap 107. So Jeremy, here's the deal. When Childress comes down pit road, if he does, which we think more than likely he will, Christopher White is going to have about a 5-second cushion over Bloom and Smith for the finish of this race.
Yeah. I just looking at the scoring pile in here. Dennis Moore, 22 seconds back. That's what he gave up, 22 seconds. He's going to catch a little bit, but not that much. There's Ryan Bloom, 4.5 back. He's led a bunch of laps. Chris Wright doing it right, hitting early. So far seems to look like is the call. This guy, the driver of the 19, trying to get 2 wins in a 3-race stretch. This guy's pretty good in his mid-season form, don't you say?
Phenomenal, and the caution is out. Unbelievable.
Oh, no.
Wow. Yellow
Erase all that
flag is out.
storytelling.
Josh Childress has crashed. Josh Childress has crashed on the racetrack. This changes everything. As we always say, look at them locking it up out of turn 4. Wow. Unbelievable. Josh Childress and a late race caution.
All that storytelling
Are
is
you
gone. We're
kidding
going to stack them up, and we're going to have a
Unbelievable.
very fun show.
Unbelievable. Are you kidding me? Well, he's got a bug on the windshield. Look at that.
Happy ever.
By the way, Childress was the last driver. We were waiting to come down to the pit lane. Here's something to think about, Jeremy. Josh Childress was the last truck to pit on lap 62. He had not pitted yet. Did the tires go away on the 39? Remember what we talked about? He was the spoiler of the bunch right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's definitely been loose. I'm surprised he hasn't done that more in this race. He's been one of the loosest trucks consistently all race long. Finally, really late in the going. You see what had happened to him. But this is going to create an exciting finish, huh?
Is pitting more important than track position? We are seeing some drivers come down to the pit lane, Jeremy, but others are staying out with 14 to go, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, if you were one of the first takers, it might be worth it. If you're Chris White, it's not worth it because that's the race lead. You don't want to give that up. But Ryan Bloom, who's literally looking right at his bumper, with Kevin Smith, both of these guys, they have about 5 or 6 laps extra, fresher set of tires. So this will, I don't know.
I think it's going to get fun.
We'll
I
see.
really do. The suspense is killing me. What will happen. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're getting to the home stretch of this one from Homestead, Miami. Stay with us.
You've probably seen us all over the racing world and doing a lot of racing designs for events and race teams, but we also do a lot of stuff from small boutiques in small cities all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. Your brand deserves to be seen. We print on more than just shirts, hats, jackets, bags, and much, much more. Custom corporate branding starts here.
Last corner, last lap, pass.
Hey, very quickly, we're getting ready for the restart. We'll pause very quickly for 10 seconds of station identification on CRN from the virtual Homestead, Miami.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
Pace truck is onto the pit lane. Field back inside the United Rentals restart zone with Chris White, Ryan Bloom alongside. Green flag back in the air, ready to settle it here at Homestead, Miami. And I got a feeling it is about to become chaotic here as they roar into turn one.
Here we go. This is going to be an exciting 12 laps here. This is going to be fun-filled. We're going to see a lot of two-lap battles. Forget about tire wear. Forget about fuel. Forget about everything. Win is up for stakes. Now let's see if Chris White on the little bit older set of tires can hold. Oh, look at this, Kev. Tyler King just drives in that deep. I thought he was going to make a pass effort there, but no, 3 wide. Dennis Moore to the inside. King in the middle. He's going to get clear to Ryan Bloom. He's going to move to the top. Ryan's going to move P2 on the inside lane. 21 taking the far outside lane. The only driver in the top 5 to do so. Oh, slide job up to the top. 3 wide.
Dennis Moore inside up to third. There's Tyler King on the high side. Beaver State Racing Power on the inside. 3 wide for the lead. Chris White in the middle. Push there by Brightsman. Brightsman down. Big push there, helping Tyler King go to the top spot. And Dennis Moore win racing. Battles back on the inside as they work off 2.
Yeah, this is a very good battle, and the 19 is going to suffer, man. First to fourth in a lap, basically, with the older tires. He's going to get flushed out. But who's going to win? I have no idea. Is it the 44, 46, 21? All 3 of these guys have great potential to do so. 9 laps to go here in this race.
Dennis Moore in the top spot. For how long, though? Top 3, single file behind him there, door to door. That's Chris White and Ryan Bloom. Look at Tyler King now, down to the inside. He'll make a push. Makes a run on Sean Brightsman. Can't clear him yet. Moore, Brightsman right there. 1, 2, and 3. King losing ground, and we're single file with 8 to go. Jeremy in turn 1.
Dennis Moore, 4/10 of a second lead this time in the field. Look how quickly they spaced out. I'm surprised they're not still stacked on one another. But just like that, single file top 3, 2-second lead for these guys. Brightsman hanging on 0.2 away from Dennis. In his draft a little bit here. 7 laps to go. The 44 has to hang on to Brightsman. These two have been battling the back half of this race. Been probably consistently the best battle on track. And these 2 guys are going to duke it out to the finish pending we stay green.
Brightsman way up high. holding on to that lane. Working now all four. Dennis Moore. Boy, everything changed for Christopher White whenever that late race caution happened. He has now fell back to the 6th position. Jeremy, I think his truck is good on the long run. He struggles on getting going on starts. Right now, Moore and Brightsman coming to 5 to go for the win as they're side-by-side in turn number 3.
Here we go. This is going to be great stuff. Off of turn 4, Dennis on the inside able to hold off Brightsman. That's impressive right there. Now Brightsman looking inside. Can't get the run he wants into turn 1. They're both going to take the very outside lane. The 46 undercuts it just a little bit. Great effort here by Sean. Already found contact with another once before. Let's not see it again. Single file into turn 3. 46 to the top, Dennis to the bottom.
Oh, and by the way, Dennis Moore looking to get his 4th win of the season in the lead. 4 to go. That's 6 miles remaining. This track a mile and a half in length as here comes now Sean Brightsman going to try to round the outside. Sean Brightsman, as I mentioned, no wins this year. 1 top 5, 5 top 10. Suffice to say, with 3 to go at the line between Moore and Brightsman, this is the ace driver in Dennis Moore trying to battle a driver that's had a mediocre season, wanting to turn it around for Sean Brightsman. And I think, Jeremy, with 3 to go, Brightsman is going to do all he can to win this race on the 44. He looks to the lead in 1 and 2.
He's almost there. He's going to try to slide him, catches him up. I couldn't tell if there was contact there or not. They go right behind the scoring pile on there and into turn 3. Sean giving it all he can. Dennis has been much better in turn 3 and 4. And there it is once more, able to clear the 46 from the bottom. Impressive stuff. A little draft break. Brightsman said, nope, I don't care. I'm going to the bottom here. Caution. He's out. 3 laps to go. We're going to stack him up for OT here. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Childress again. Back-to-back cautions for 39.
2 times in a row. And actually, ironically, 2 cautions in a row for Jeff Stapdown. Oh, my mind. Childress and Smith in the fence. Oh, no.
Yeah, looking to get hurt. You see the engine smoke. The night is done for Childress late in the going.
Man, it looked like Childress had a run down on the inside, and then there was just a little bit of contact made, and then, well, I hate to say this, but Kevin Smith wasn't lifting. And into the wall went Childress. And
no, he's just trying
to ready for overtime.
Yeah, he's just trying to get where he needs to go here late in the going, and things happen right there. And 39 taken out of the race here. It's going to set up OT. Yeah, I think most of these drivers might have a set of tires. Did we see who came down pit road? I know I see Kevin Smith is. Paul Newton looks like he came down, but he's a lap down. It doesn't matter. So it looks like Kevin Smith is the only one to come down pit road. Do we think that helps him? I mean, if he gets all the damage fixed anyways, right? Like, I don't know. I think that little run, the tire might make a difference if he does get all that damage fixed.
Unbelievable. And my thing is this, can Sean Brightsman, Jeremy, win this race? We saw how strong his truck was, right? 1 to go at the line. We're going to find out.
This will be something. 1 to go. Gonna be OT time. This is gonna be.
There is only 2 attempts in overtime in this series. Remember that. 2 attempts only. This is attempt number 1. And Jeremy, something to think about here as well. It's been a while since we've had an overtime finish.
It has been quite a bit, right? That's indeed true. Don't get too many of these efforts here. I'm just surprised that Dennis Moore is able to run the inside lane off a turn 3 like that every single time and beat Brightsman. So will we see something different this time around? Brightsman was so close. He needed just a few more laps. I think he might have had it. But he has to cool off the tires, get to it once more. Or do we see maybe Tyler King? Does he sneak in there, man? There's so many opportunities that could happen right now.
Ready to watch the field come back to green. Pace car is in. Back underway. Green-white checkered. This is for the finish. By the way, last time we had an overtime was at Richmond back in March 31st. That's how long it's been, Jeremy. Down the back straightaway, it's Brightsman and Moore. Side by side as they work into turn 3.
Oh, man. Let's see what goes on here. Brightsman, great effort. 44 cannot clear. This is going to be the difference. White flag. 1 to go. Presented by CRN. We are CRN.com. Here we go. Brightsman has a great opportunity here. It all depends on what he does in turn 3.
That's right. Here it comes. Got to set him up. Down the back straightaway. Dennis Moore got to fire. The points leader, 3-time winner this year. Got to get after a run on Brightsman. Brightsman won at Nashville for ARCA last week. Now, finally, Sean Brightsman is going to be a winner of the Northwest Racing Series Trucks. First win of the year for Sean Brightsman, the all-time winner of the Northwest Racing Series.
And we just talked about, you did specifically about halfway in this race. And I think I counted them out. And then here he is, picking up the checkered flag. Just like that, Homestead.
Career win, number 80 for Sean Brightsman, Jeremy Stanley. He is the all-time winner of anybody in the Northwest Racing Series. This is his 80th victory. Win 79 came at Nashville on Thursday with ARCA, and he goes back-to-back with now an ARCA win and now a Northwest Truck win. 80th career win at Homestead, Miami for Sean Brightsman. Wow. And they're coming down pit road. Are they not going to try to attack him? What in the world?
Here we go. They came down pit road. Then they realized they had a job to do. And, of course, Dennis is the first person to clobber him. Amazing battle between the 44 and 46. So that's kind of fitting. It was kind of weird, yeah. I saw them on pit road. And, here they are. They're lining up. They're single file ready for the attack. Oh, Frank Harris missed the correct driver. Ooh. Troy Daggett,
yeah, this was definitely a good one, man. No doubt about it. Just so happy for Sean Brightsman. By the way, it's not been sunshine and rainbows this year for the man with the Northwest Series in the trucks. By the way, time of race, 1 hour, 29 minutes and 15 seconds when the checkered flag fell. As Sean Brightsman is the man that picks up the victory. As I mentioned, Sean Brightsman, 441st career start tonight, is win number 80 of his career. He won, of course, last week also at Nashville for ARCA. We'll get ready for Dover, and that'll be on Thursday. Jeremy will give his final thoughts on things in a moment as we'll get you ready for post-race interviews. But first, here is a look at the results tonight from Homestead, Miami. Sean Brightsman will pick up the win over Dennis Moore. Tyler King will finish in third. Troy Daggett, Christopher White, Ryan Bloom, Brett Johnson, Frank Harris, Stephen Paulison, Dan West Jr., all in the top 10, Jeremy, when the checker flag fell.
11th on back here, Chris Kynes. In 11th, 12th place, Corey Elkelbarger. 13th, Dana Rogers. 14th, Kevin Smith. 15th, Josh Childress. 16th, Paul Newton. 17th will be John Ottenbacher. 18th, Jeff Stabnow. 19th, Robert Gambill. 20th, Scott Hutchison. And 21st, Ron Hunter. And there you go. There's your official results here for tonight's race at Homestead.
Look at the race results and the race summary. There it is, 4 cautions. By the way, another statistic, Jeff Stabnow 2 times in a row causing a caution. Josh Childress 2 times in a row causing cautions in the Virginia811.com race summary. Reminding you, dig with care. 4 cautions in total for 12 caution laps, 1 attempt at overtime, and 9 lead changes. Well, Jeremy, we'll get ready for Dover on Thursday for ARCA. We get ready for Darlington next Monday night, and then we have another break before the 4th of July. Man, your take of this one here tonight, and what a job for Sean Brightsman winning this thing.
A mixture of everything, man. We had a lot of low points. We had some exciting battles along the way. A couple surprises up at the front. Handling was the biggest story of the night, though. And it took a lot of different things to happen, but it put Brightsman in the perfect position to come out on top here tonight. Job well done by the driver of the 46 to pick up his 80th Northwest victory.
We're taking a break. When we come back, we grab the podium with Sean Brightsman, the winner, next. Welcome back to virtual Homestead Miami, round number 12 of the Northwest Racing Series 4. The trucks in Season 12 are in the books. Sean Brightsman joins us. And Sean, congratulations. First off, congrats on winning ARCA at Nashville Fairgrounds last week. I saw that was a very exciting race. Only 1 caution for 45 minutes to run 150 laps. But, man, this one you had to fight for. But you had 1 top 5, 5 top 10s coming into this race. What did it mean to finally get off the schneid in the trucks of the Northwest and put yourself in victory lane? Oh, and by the way, congratulations on career win of the Northwest, number 80.
Wow. First off, what a race. I really didn't think I was going to get up there and be able to fight with Win Racing. Josh Childress was fast as well, so Win Racing was up there dominating, and then I don't know what happened on pit road there, but Kevin got loose or something going to pit road, and everything just changed after that. So overall, what a way to cap off the week so far, kind of going back and forth between ARCA and trucks and get a back-to-back victory in a sense. So
how competitive has this series become? Obviously, we're getting to the midway point of the year, and now I'm finally saying you're a winner of this series.
It's super competitive. I mean, I know if you go and look at the profiles of the racers, Dennis, Tyler, any of the lead guys, They don't run a lot of official races. Some of them do. They do a lot of road course stuff too, but they don't show that they have that pro iRating. But if they started running official races, they would have that pro iRating. So it's just an immensely strong field throughout the Northwest, and just a fun race, or a fun league to run with, and people to run around that are running clean and tight and fun.
Well, I don't want to say that you and Dennis Moore were rough driving one another by any shape of the imagination, but it did get a little competitive down the back straightaway the first time y'all's crossed paths. Did you consider, or did you have any, worry that was probably going to happen again, especially fighting for the finish of the race there side by side at the end with you two?
No, not really. Dennis is a clean driver. We both overstepped our bounds. I was just trying to lead a lap, and then I was going to ride behind him, and he didn't want me to lead that lap, so he's running me a little tight. So I think at the end, we knew if there would have been contact if we wanted to be contact. I mean, there's nowhere I could have gone. I was up against the wall, and if there was contact, it would have been hard racing, no hard feelings, just a lot of fun. Enjoyed it, all those laps with Dennis racing him.
Well, buddy, before I let you go, man, please thank your sponsors. Congratulations to you, and man, hope you can continue this momentum swing. See you at Darlington next week.
Thank you, Wesley. I got to thank everybody at LSRTV for working on the setup this week. Jeff, John, Brett, just everybody there working hard on the set, and then good information to start the race. So I got a big thanks to them. I got to thank LSRTV, you guys, for broadcasting the races. Got to thank my wife and everybody else here in the league, and Bright's Boutique. Thanks, guys.
John Brightsman, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned again, a big win for him. It is his 80th career win of the Northwest Series, and it is his first win of the year with now 2 top 5s and 6 top 10s on the season. Sean Brightsman. Let's go now and grab the man that finished in second place, Dennis Moore. Dennis, you are leading the points. 3 wins on the year, 3 poles, 8 top 5s, 9 top 10s. Now let's check that 9 top 5s and 10 top 10s. What a consistent year for you on the push towards a championship as we rush towards the summer.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been a good year so far. These guys are all catching up to us win racing guys. The race was a lot of fun. Dirty air was crazy tonight. Like, I've never experienced dirty air the way it was. I was riding behind Kevin, and I just could not keep up. And then you get further back in the field, and it was just even worse. So I thought there at the end I'd stay out as long as Sean could, just so we had somebody on the same tire strat as him, because we all know he loves to run long. And then he was just faster at the end. A lot of fun racing, clean racing, and look forward to the next one.
I'll honestly tell you what, Dennis, it really looked like that you had about a good 30, 35 laps to have some good hard racing, and after that, the handling and the trucks all went away. What was it like fighting the handling and keep yourself from spinning? And obviously, you guys almost got together that one time down the back stretch, but you saved it.
Yeah, you know how they talk about an egg under the throttle? That's what it was the entire night. Like, it was so loose everywhere. I didn't even try the top until I saw Sean gaining time there. And I was just trying to give him dirty air to, slow him down a little bit, because he would have got past me a lot earlier. I think we did get together after the first caution, but it was kind of, a racing deal. I was pinching a little bit, trying to keep him off. I had the lead because I knew how bad dirty air was, but no harm, no foul, and it was a good finish.
Dennis, before I do let you go, man, please thank your sponsors. Another good, solid run for you in that win racing number 44, and we'll see what happens next week at Darlington.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Really looking forward to Darlington. I love that track. Got to thank you guys, LSRTV. Great broadcast. I love watching them back. Everybody in the league, especially the drivers committee, Sean and Jeff, and Win Racing. Who is it? Kevin and Ryan, and Bomb Speed Setup Shop. Thanks, guys.
Been a good season for the driver that is Dennis Moore. 3 wins on the year, most of anybody. And, of course, as we move into the summer months, Dennis Moore will have himself another decent finish in career. Start number 169 tonight. He has 18 wins, 77 top 5s, and now 119 top 10s to his credit. Let's grab now Tyler King, 6th in the point standings with 4 top 5s and 7 top 10s on the year, and looking for also his first win of the season. Tyler King, though, a good podium in the 421. You'll settle for 3rd. What's your take of Homestead Miami tonight?
Yeah, buddy, it's good to talk to you again. It's been a minute.
It has.
But yeah, it was a great race tonight. Super awesome. You had to save your stuff. It was so hot out here. It's like 130-degree track temperature, which is a lot higher than we're used to. So, I'd say about 20 degrees hotter than we're accustomed to most races. So it's been pretty fun. I like the hot temperature tracks. We had that same, track temperature at Rockingham. I had a good run there too, and we were keeping up with them today, and it was a lot of fun.
I'll tell you what, Tyler, the race, we saw a lot of drivers, having the handling going away on their machines. It seemed like if you went to the top of the racetrack, you were more prominent to hitting the wall and getting damage. Are these guys just getting practice for Darlington next week, maybe? Because we are going to Darlington, and obviously the famed Darlington stripes do hang in the balance there.
Yeah, it's good for fine-tuning your control, right? But it just kills your tires here. It heats them up too fast, and you can probably run up there for 10-15 laps, but you're gonna drop like a rock. So I just kept it glued to the bottom. Easy corner entry, easy off. Try not to get on the throttle too early. Don't want to spin the tires because you're just gonna fall back throughout the race. And there's a point there where I thought I was tied. We're like between Dennis and Ryan for second best truck after Kevin. But yeah, unfortunately, he had a bad pit entry, and his race got ruined after that. And I thought I was quicker than Ryan, but he got out front and just yarded us. He was off 5 seconds on me. I was blown away. So what Dennis was saying about the dirty air was really crazy. You could close in so much, but you couldn't catch up. But yeah, Darlington's going to be a lot of tire wear. Probably going to be a hot track again. So. I think we'll have a lot better piece than we had last year. Been working on that one since that embarrassing showing that we had. And yeah, hopefully I can put something together for there again. Been a good run.
Hey, Tyler, you kind of hinted on the fact that it's been a while since we had you on the podium, much less in victory lane or on the podium. What do you attribute to that for this year? What's the setback, do you feel?
Well, I feel like I've been a lot faster in the last, ever since the truck got updated, so the last year. There's a couple races where I think I should have won. I think I could have won Nashville. I think I should have won Rockingham. But we're just racing hard with fast guys, and stuff happens, and I was on the short end of the stick, unfortunately. But it's not for a lack of effort. I think we've been showing up every race. Other than Watkins Glen, it was probably my worst road course run in a long time.
Right.
But been in a lot of incidents that have ruined our races and our good finishes. But we had a clean run today. Everything worked out. I wanted to stay out a little bit longer. Get my tires in my pocket, but I just didn't think they were gonna have a yellow. And I was the third to last guy to pit, and so I ended up finishing third tonight. So I'm happy with that. That's all right.
And when it's all said and done, Tyler King will also climb up a couple of spots in the point standings. He'll now move up to 2nd. And he got himself that 5th top 5 and that 8th top 10 of the year. Tyler, for all of you, let you go, buddy. Please thank your sponsors, and always good catching up with you, man. Good luck next week at Darlington.
Yes, sir. Like that, it's been way too long. Got to talk way more often. But definitely got to thank Beaver State Racing, Paul, Stefan when he comes out and plays with us. It's a lot of fun. Everybody at LSRTV that puts on the show, Jeff, Sean, everybody on the drivers committee that puts in the effort and time to make this league a thing, and everybody that shows up every week. Like to touch, I know we're running long here, but to touch on what Sean said, not a lot of us do a lot of oval or official racing. I have the last year with the new truck, and I've gained like 2,000 iRating, so I'm up to 100K iRating, and I'm the highest guy in this series, which is crazy to me because I'm probably like the 7th best driver. So that shows how good this league is.
It really does, man. And you've been with us a long time. 2022 Truck Series champion of the Northwest, Tyler King. He will finish in the number, of course, 3 position when it's all said and done. Been a while since he's been in victory lane. And obviously, with a good podium finish, hopefully that'll get him back on track. Dennis Moore will leave again with the points lead, headed into Darlington next week. And, of course, John Brightsman will try to go for a hat trick of ARCA Northwest competition. For ARCA Nashville winner tonight here at Homestead. He'll try to do it at Dover on Thursday. That's where we'll be, and we'll see you next Monday for the ARCA Northwest Trucks before the summer break on 4th of July at Darlington. For John Onnebacher, Sean Brightsman, Jeff Stabnow, everybody at LSRTV in the Northwest Series. For Charles Wooten, Jeremy Stanley, I'm Wesley Outland. Good night. Congratulations to, again,